Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Thursday, January 23rd. It is 6:22 right now. We got market opening up in about 8 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. Should be good to go. We are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. So we are good. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. All right, going down to the 30-minute. Going down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And down to the 1 minute here. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, January 23rd. It is 6:25 right now. We got market opening up in about 5 minutes. Looking over here at liquidity, we have the closest level of liquidity above at 44,407, closest level below at 44,379. So looking at this here, looks like liquidity might get hit right here pre-market this lower level. So the way that I'm going to do my analysis today, it's going to be the same, but it's going to be it's going to be more detailed. So I'm going to be looking at like direction of price, how price is like for the most part moving around and stuff. And then I'll kind of I'm going to follow like which direction price is pushing in at the specific moment in time. I don't know what's up with this chart. I don't know why oh, it's a level. That's why. Sorry. I was confused about like why those lines were there. All right, so we got we'll look at the market structure bias real quick. Market structure bias, it's pretty messy again. Looks like price didn't really move too much. Over London session. So looking at this here, price is in the box. The bias looks like it's attempting to be bullish, but I mean, we'll see what happens here. Looking at the higher time frames, you're still bullish. Looking over here at the lower time frames, they're also bullish, except for the first 1 minute. 1 minute's currently bearish right now. So everything but the 1 minute is currently bullish. Looking over here at our breakout. So breakout for today is looking like it's possibly going to be a sell. I mean, we'll know what will happen here once we get closer to market open. Volatility here is actually really low right now. Like super low. 7 ATR. All right, so it looks like we're possibly going to look for some buys here if price pushes above this area. One thing that I wanted to mention is that Barack came up with another strategy that I tested yesterday with him, and it's actually really good. I'm going to try to test it on the live session. If you know, if I can see anything here that comes up, of course. So I can't really explain it to you guys because we're still, well, he's testing it and I looked at it and it's actually really good. So we'll see if it's something that we can possibly implement during these live sessions. There's also a high impact news event over here at 5:30. I believe. Thanks, Christian, for the heads up. What is the SR zones? All right, guys, so breakout for today is going to be a sell. I'm going to hold off on the breakout still, guys. I'm still not comfortable taking the breakout yet myself personally, so I'll just follow it, but I'm not going to take it myself because, you know, the market's still kind of moving a bit irregular here. So we got market opening up in about 20 seconds. Here is the areas of rejection. Breakout is going to be a sell. We got market opening up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We got market open up right here. Price kind of floating around over here. I'm using the level 2 data again like I used to before, guys, because I kind of want to see where these orders are coming in. So it looks like there's a pretty mixed bunch of orders. It's a lot of buy orders coming in right now, actually, but it's pretty mixed. So I'm looking at the level 2 data. I can see basically all of the orders that are coming in. A lot of sell orders that are starting to float in. It's looking for those big orders to really push price, but there's a lot of back and forth. So as you guys can see right here, this is why I'm not comfortable taking the breakout yet, because there's still not very much direction with regard to price. Looking over here at the level 2 data, it's pretty mixed. A lot of sells, a lot of buys. Price is kind of going back and forth. Price is still within the zone over here, so it's not really a good area to be trading in at the moment. Ton of orders coming in right now on both ends. So if I'm looking up here, guys, I'm typically looking at the level 2 data. I'm basically looking at all the orders that are floating in right now. Trying to see if the sellers are going to take control here or if the buyers are going to take control. So like I said earlier, this session, guys, I'm going to be focusing mainly on like the direction of price. So for example, here, I'll put like a green line so that you can see and understand like the buyers are currently in control right now. So with the buyers in control right now, I'm looking for consolidation. So I'm looking for price to consolidate a little bit. And then once price consolidates, I'm going to look for price to flip the other way. There goes that liquidity target that just got hit. So glad we can take a breakout today, as you guys can see. A lot of uncertainty with regard to direction of price. A lot of buy orders that are still flowing in right now. We got Trump speaking at 9. Where'd you see that at? Christian. I'm just curious because I don't see it on my calendar over here. So we had high impact news at 5:30. I'm gonna mark that up real quick. Just over here. We got opening price, which is over here. So what I'm looking for right here, guys, is I'm looking for some consolidation, or I'm looking price to kind of slow down a little bit. Right now, the buyers are in control. You can see prices pushing up. I have a green line right here indicating that the buyers are in control right now. I'm looking for price to kind of swing back to the downside. So I'm looking, if price does continue to push up, the target price point is going to be these liquidity targets right here. You guys can see the previous liquidities got knocked out. These are the targets here if price does continue to climb up. We have a possible engulfing candle right here. If this candle does close as an engulfing candle, meaning if this green candle is like closes up here, it's likely to push up higher and push up to this liquidity target. But I'm looking at the level 2 data right now. A lot of sellers are getting into control right now. So it looks like it's starting to lose power. Yeah, there's a lot of sellers coming in. See it being outweighed by sellers. So we'll see if it actually pushes through. The candle there was not engulfing, you can see. This green candle had to close up here. So it's having trouble getting past the sessions right now as we speak. With price currently sitting at the sessions, we'll see here, there's a lot of buyers that are loading into the market now. So as you guys can see over here, like I mentioned, the target is going to be, there you go, and it hit the liquidity target right there. I'm trying to understand what these numbers are. Because on my, here, let me see if I can just screenshot this and then show you guys. Oh, let me see if I can. I don't, does anybody else here use level 2 charts? I use level 2 charts, but I don't understand what like certain things are because they're still kind of, I mean, I've used them in the past, but I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so that you guys can see what my chart looks like right now. So I have a separate laptop here, basically the hedge laptop. All I'm doing is I'm using it for my level 2 data. So I'll post it over here in the not sure what these the H means. I need to do some more research on this. I know the colors are different, of course, but the H is like kind of what's throwing me off. So here's what it looks like on my screen, guys. So this is what I'm looking at when I say I'm looking at the level 2 chart. Let me save the image. This is what I mean when so this is what my screen looks like. I can see all the orders coming in right here. All the red orders are sell orders. All the green orders are buy orders. So this is why I'm saying there's a lot of sellers that are in control right now. Right now, there's a lot of sellers. We're pushing price down right now as price has reached the liquidity target. So like when price reaches a target like that and it starts to stay, you start to see a bunch of sell orders in the market. This is going to indicate that it's probably going to be a shift back to the downside. So possibly a shift. There's no confirmation yet, but there's a possible shift back to the downside right here. So I'm going to put like a red bar right here just in case price does shift. If it doesn't shift, that's fine. And there's a bunch of buyers back in place, so I'm not going to flip that over just yet. But this is basically what my other laptop looks like. The big screen is just shows all the buy orders, all the sell orders, and then all the actual orders right here at the time in sales. So you can see the spread is like basically 0 right now. So like a 1 to 0. And this is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to figure out what the H's over here mean stuff. Let's see, 637 right now. So we got price pushing up, knocked out liquidity targets right here. We have another liquidity target up here as well. Yeah, exactly. Daniel said we need this to push up and stay out of the sessions. Also stay into our bullish bias, right? So we're finally out of this area. We're now in the bullish bias area. So like this is a good sign. We want price to be up here. Looking over here at all the time frames, everything's pretty much bullish for the most part. So it's good. Looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour time frames, you can see here that price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green. Pivots are angling up. This indicates that we have an overall bullish bias with regard to the trend. Looking over here at the market structure bias, we're looking for a buy here as well because we want price to stay above this area, right? So I'll be looking for some entries here, most likely for some buys. I mean, it doesn't have to be for some buys, but for the most part, I'm probably gonna be looking for some buys here. I'll look for exhaustion of price. So like, for example, I'm looking for price to push up. If we start to get some like consolidation here, then I'll look for price to maybe come down a little bit and then continuation to the upside. But I'm looking at the level 2 data right now just to see like where where the power is currently at. Obviously, the buyers are in control. You can see the green line right here. When the sellers get back in control, or when people start to sell off, basically, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the buyers here to kind of like lose steam, go sideways for a little bit. And then if it comes down, I'll mark it up as a red line so that you guys can see that the sellers are not in control. That way you guys have some sort of short-term bias, right? I think the key thing is that having that short-term bias is going to make a really big difference with regard to like which direction you decide to trade in, your bias, your overall analysis of the market, stuff like that. So we currently have a double body rejection right here. I'm looking at the level 2 data right now. There's a lot of sell orders that are coming in and it's starting to slow down a little bit. So if this is the case and this closes as a double body rejection, this could actually be the flip here where price starts to swing to the downside. I'm not going to take it to the downside like that because my bias is obviously for a buy. If I had this the other way, then yeah, I would maybe take that for a buy, but I'm gonna wait for some sort of confirmation here before I start looking for, actual entry. So we got price coming down right here. This is kind of like the analysis I'm assuming that like Sam uses when he takes, V1 variations in the other direction, which makes sense. It's, if you can identify that the turns in price, like for example, all the buyers here, they already made money, now they're selling off, price is coming down a little bit. This could possibly come down to the sessions here. That could be the target. The thing is, the risk to reward here wouldn't be super great, so I wouldn't really want to take it. Like this would be, that's where I place a stop loss at the 20. And I mean, technically, I can ride this down to here, 75, but I don't think this is going to come all the way back down this far. This is a pretty far drop to the downside. The closest area I can see price come down to would maybe be here, but the risk to reward here is not good. It's like 20 to 16. So obviously not an area that I would like to be looking for entry. Barack, if you're here right now, which I think you are here, this might be a setup for your entry that we talked about yesterday. Bye. So Barack, if you're here, I'm gonna mark this up for you. Looks like this is the entry that you were looking for. I'm gonna follow it. I'm not really gonna take it yet. It's still kind of early. I mentioned that I'd only look for entries after 645, 641 right now, but it is running in profit. Looking at the level 2 right now. It's pretty mixed, not one-sided. But it's your GP Brock. ATR is currently at 16 right now. It's pretty decent. It's not too crazy right now, but it's pretty decent. Yeah, Daniel said almost like a different entry point for MPS. Yeah. So his whole thought process behind it is very similar to an MPS, and that's exactly you hit it right on the spot. Like what he's looking for is looking for a buy signal, and then he's looking for a price to push up retrace, and then confirm. So like basically he's looking for buy signal, looks for price push up right here. We have a retracement candle. And then on this following candle right here, this is where he takes his entry. I tested it. It's actually a really good strategy. I tested it and it worked pretty well. The only thing here is, obviously market volatility. It's kind of slow, but it's very similar to an MPS. For me personally, I'm like the first requirement of the strategy is to wait for the market to stabilize. Right now, it's 642. It's still kind of early, so I'm not looking to take anything here yet. I'll look for something after 642 or 645, because I don't want to get caught in these like crazy whipsaw candles, right? The candles aren't horrible, but I think the market conditions right now are they're a little tricky. So I'm not in this position, guys. I'm just kind of marking up for Brock here. If Brock is around. I think he's around. We were up late last night, so we were up until like almost 1 a.m. kind of testing out the strategy. The risk reward for a strategy, Sam, is 20-30. So he used a 20-point TP and a 30-point stop loss. I told him he could probably use a 20-20, but I'm gonna take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in the position. It's still kind of early, so I'm waiting for price here to kind of stabilize. But he uses a 20 TP, 30 stop loss. You can probably get away with a 20-20. But from his testing, he was just using a 20-30. I kind of told him like, the 20-20 works because usually when it does play out, it doesn't draw down at all. It usually just goes straight through. So we're getting closer to 6:45. It's 6:43 right now. So we got 2 minutes till 6:45. At this point, I will be looking for possible opportunities for entry on the next one. I wouldn't say the sellers are in control here yet, guys. I think right here is just a consolidation zone. So like I said earlier, this is kind of like what you want to look for once price is pushed up. So since price pushed up right here, see how price pushed up? We had the bullish push and then price kind of flatlined right here. So it's starting to lose its steam. At this point, we're now in some consolidation. And then from here, you want to see if price either comes back down if they start to sell off. If they don't start to sell off, then price might continue to push up higher. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically analyzing the psychology of other traders in the market. So I'm kind of looking to see where everybody's kind of trading at, right? I'm looking at like where the fear and the greed's at right here. People were like buying, basically greed to control, so that people were buying. And then right here, now there's people who are starting to sell off. At this point, people are like unsure what they're going to do. There's not a lot of buyers, not a lot of sellers in the market. It's kind of just flat. Once the buyers get in control or the sellers get in control, we're going to see price kind of push up. I'm looking at the level 2 data right now. Again, this is what my level 2 data looks like. Basically, when I see all the red orders, it's a sell order. If I see a green order, it's a buy order. And I'm just looking at like where people are getting in from. At this very moment, I'm seeing a little bit more red, but it's pretty balanced. Now a lot of green, a ton of green right now that are coming in. So this might push up and continue climbing up higher. I'm just seeing like every order. There's a big order of 11 contracts that just came in for a buy. So it looks like they're trying to push it up. They're trying to get out of this range right here. Like I said, I'm just waiting for this here to kind of push through a little further. Hey, Brock, morning. Hey, Brock, you have access to the Zoom if you want to get on the Zoom chat. Just go to you're on the Discord, so you do have access to the Zoom. Just go here to premium. If you don't see it, go to this drop down, click on show all channels, click live Zoom links, and your Zoom link will be right there. Yeah, you're not that late, Brock. We were just talking about your entry. Your entry isn't here yet, or actually it did come through right here. So it's actually running right now. Here's your entry, Brock. The buy signal came up, retraced right there, and your entry would have started right here. So it just hit TP. Right there, Brock. Brock's strategy is actually pretty good. Like, I'm surprised he had the indicators for like maybe a couple hours and he came up with this strategy. It's basically very similar to an MPS. So yeah, Brock, your first one right there just hit full TP. It was before our time though. So we talked about how the entry should happen after 6:45. Once the market has kind of stabilized a little bit. The market actually stabilized a little earlier today, around 6:39. That's when the consolidation happened right here. So your entry right here, the first one just hit its full TP. Now we'll keep looking to see if there's anything else here. All right, the buyers are still in control, as you guys can see right here. Buyers in control. We had some consolidation right here. Price kind of lost its steam, and then now it's pushing right through. Keep looking over here at the time and sales to kind of see there's a lot of big sell orders coming in now. Saw like 16 sell orders come in, 16 contracts. So we'll see if we get that buy signal here, Barack. If that buy signal comes up right here, I'll probably look for a possible opportunity for entry on the next one. We just got that inside candle right there, Christian. The only problem is that there's a buy signal on that one, so it's not gonna. Yeah, I know. That's what I don't like about the price action lately because it's hard to find the price action. Like we're looking for these inside bars, but then there's always something that comes up, right? There's either an opposite signal or there's always something there to kind of throw us off. So I'm looking at the time and sales, guys. It's pretty mixed right now. I'm trying to give you guys an update whenever I see there's a lot of buy orders that just came in right now. So those are probably going to maybe push price a little bit. It's bouncing off the pivots right there. I'm just seeing these clusters of buys and these clusters of sells, basically. I'm looking for those bigger orders to come in. I should probably change my settings. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my settings on this one. So it's not, I only want to see orders that are like above a certain number. Like above two. Looks like the buyers are starting to get back in control. So Brock, now that we have the buy signal here, we can look for price to push up, retrace, and continue up higher from here. So we're like well above this area here, guys, which is a good sign. We are well above this area here right now. So we are in the market structure bias. We want price to stay above this zone here in order for us to take some buys. So that's a good sign. Looking over here at the overall trend here is bullish. 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour time frames are all above the pivots. The trend meter is green and the pivots are all angling up. So that indicates that we're looking for some buys here, of course. Here's the clean chart. Clean chart's not super necessary, but because we're like actively looking for the consolidation anyways. There you go, Brock. You're in the Zoom. Now you're on the real time. All right, so Brock just entered the Zoom, which is perfect. All right, Brock. So looking at this here, we're gonna look for price to get above above that buy signal. Just looking over here at the level two. Level two looks like it's pretty balanced right now. There's an equal amount of sellers, equal amount of buyers. Looks like we're going to go into some consolidation here, which is fine. So looking at this here now, if we have a confirmation that price is starting to come down lower, we can say that the sellers are currently now in control. So like I said earlier, guys, for the analysis, I marked up the green line over here. This indicated that the buyers were in control. We had some consolidation right here. It pushed up a little bit higher, and then now price is starting to come down. So with price coming down right here, you can see that the sellers are now trying to be in control, but price is consolidating within this middle area. So with price consolidating right here, you can kind of identify and kind of predict, okay, where's price likely to go from this point now, right? So let's see what happens to price here once it moves out of this consolidation area. So Barack, for your strategy, we're looking for price to push up and stay above this area right here. Doesn't even have to be that high. Anywhere above this area right here, right? Because we want price to be above your momentum signal. So very similar to an MPS entry. Yeah, Sam said he wants to buy, but he wants it to be lower. Yeah, if you get a V1 variation down here or a V1 pattern, just double body off a low, that could be the low that you're looking for, Sam. Because the thing is, we have a target here. So if we get confirmation that price flips from this area, the target's going to be this blue line right here, the liquidity target. So like if you get a V1 variation down here, you know, your RR could be pretty nice. You know, 40 points, something kind of tight. Looking at the level two data right now, guys, the buyers are starting to become more in control. A lot of bigger buy orders that are starting to fill in right now. A couple sell orders in there. You got about 4 contracts for sells. But the yeah, we're getting some more sell orders here. Price is trying to come down a little bit. Buyers are getting back in control right now. We just got about 10 buy orders that just came in. You can see this 12 buy orders. Price starting to push up a little bit. So I haven't taken any entries today yet, guys. Just following the price action here. This is not a good time to be taking micro scalp. So what I realize is when the ATR is very low, it's not a good time to take micro scalp. So I think as of now, you know, I'll go back to micro scalps when the volatility is high, but right now the volatility is kind of low. So at this point, it's kind of better to see like who's in control, the buyers or the sellers. The sellers are starting to get in control right here. I just saw about 12 orders come in for a sell, guys. So price is coming down a little sharply right here. If this is the case, I mean, this is fine. Saw about 7 orders come in for a buy here. So, I mean, it's pretty mixed. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty mixed. A lot of buyers coming back in right now. We have about 20 orders for buys that just came in right now. I have my filter set to like only 2 orders and higher. So I'm not really looking at the small ones. But here we go, the consolidation. So with the consolidation right here, this is a good sign because we have a bias for a sell, right? So price is currently coming down. The sellers are in control, but they're not holding that control very strongly. So we'll see right here how price breaks out of this area. If it does break out of this area, and you know, say for example, we get like an engulfing pattern or something like that. Say if we get an engulfing candle that comes down here, the target's actually pretty far off at this liquidity target. There's gonna be a couple targets. We're gonna have the sessions here, news price, sessions, opening price, but the liquidity target's like way down here. So we got a lot of space in that area. A lot of buy orders are starting to fill in right now. So you can see how this big candle is starting to push up. I just saw about about 20 orders for buys that just came in right now. So they're really trying to push price up as we speak. The buyers are definitely in control right now. I'll see if any sellers come in to push price back down, but right now the buyers are definitely in control. Yeah, a lot of buy orders filling in right now. I just saw about 40 buy orders fill in. So you can see how this is starting to push up. I mean, it's not enough to push price that far, but it's enough to push price out of this consolidation box. So if that becomes the case, then I'll mark up the green bar right here and we'll start to see price push back up. The buyers are still in control though. The sellers have not re-entered yet. It's a super flat market today. I'm surprised it's this flat. Let me see. There's not any other news here except for gas stop change at 7:30. But yeah, it's actually really flat right now. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We're gonna wait for the entries to come to us. It's about to be 7 o'clock right now, so we got some time. Yeah, Sam said buying is slow means if it has to go up, you need to tap into liquidity first for everyone waiting for Trump. Again, FYI, brothers and sis, have patience. A lot happen after Trump, and we'll have plenty of opportunities. I worry if market range until it's be cautious. Yeah, and I agree too, 100%, Sam. Oh yeah, where did you guys see that Trump is speaking today? Because I totally missed that. I know I saw that forex factory. Okay, thanks, Christian. I just saw your message. I gotta look at forex factory too because I totally missed it. Okay, so President Trump does speak right now, or not right now, in about an hour. I mean, it seems like the market might be flat until Trump speaks. So the consolidation right here actually hasn't broken out yet, guys. It's kind of crazy because price did push out of it, like it wicked out, but I'm just marking up the bodies here. So you can see like the bodies actually didn't close above it. So this consolidation has kind of been sitting right here. There's a lot of sell orders that just came in right now. About 20 sell orders came in. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I think this it's pretty cool to see this. Let me not screenshot my account number. All right, let me just put this over here. So this is called time and sales. You gotta pay extra for this. So I pay like an extra like 20 bucks, I think, to have this data here. But it's cool because I can see like where the orders are coming in. Oops. Chat. All right. Sellers are starting to flood the market right now. Big red candle. So here's what I'm looking at. This is what I'm talking about when I see the sellers and the buyers come in. So see over here, let me just save it so I can make it bigger. Yeah, so basically this is what I'm looking at on my screen. When the buyers come in, I'm like, okay, maybe like 10 orders came in right here, right? It's green and there's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever. And then when the sellers come in, there's like 8 orders right there. So this is where I'm telling you guys like, okay, the buyers or the sellers are getting in control because I can see how many orders are coming in. These how many contracts. You can see over here, there was a big one, 10 contracts for a buy right there. So you can see like, they're trying to push price up. That's how price pushed up. And then the sellers came back and they're like, nope. And they pushed price right back down. So that's what I'm looking at on my end, just to kind of see where price is like, really moving from here. Barack, we now have a sell signal here, so possibly trade to the downside. The only problem is that we're right at the sessions. So it might be a little bit of an issue. Or we might just get price to flip back up. Let's see, I'm looking at the time and sales right now. The buyers are actually in control. They're pushing price back up. We got like 20 orders right here for a buy. There's like not really much going on here in the market, guys. If you guys look at it closely, like nothing's really happened over the past, I guess, like 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes. We had this big push right here on open, and then after that, it just kind of flattened out. Everything else over here is kind of just, I mean, there's just not much movement here. So let's see. Yeah, I think this would be too close to the sessions right here, Brock. I mean, if you want to take it, I'll follow it, of course, so that we can see where it goes. But other than that, there's no other entries here. So there's no V1 variations, there's no inside bars. I mean, price is kind of just staying flat. So we have the retracement right here, Brock. What I would look for is, so one thing that I started to notice a lot is, when it retraces like this and you get an engulfing pattern. So like, say, for example, we get a small green candle here, and then you get a huge red candle after it. That's an engulfing pattern, right? So when you get an engulfing pattern, but it's the same entry for you, it's like an even better confluence because you have a reversal pattern, plus you have confluence there. So I think this entry is going to be tricky if it does play out because of the sessions down here. But let's see what we got. Lamar said sign up for Apex right now through your link posted on the YouTube page. Yeah, thanks, Lamar. That link will give you the biggest discount. So the discount code for that, I think it's at the end of the link. It's called JJ. You'll see it. I think it automatically applies when you use that link. So that link is the admin code. You can see it on there. You can also see it on the Discord over here under funding companies, but it should automatically apply. It's JJNIEOWR. It's a weird code, but that's the admin code. So that you can get the biggest discount that's currently available. So looking at this right here, guys, we did not get that. We got the retracement, but in order for Brock's entry to work out, this needs to close below this black line here. So not looking like it looks like price is going to push up. I'm looking at the time in sales right now. There's a lot of buyers in the market. So I don't think price is going to come back down. I think price is going to push right back up from right here. So we're in a consolidating area right now. Yeah, Brock, unfortunately, it does not look like it's going to come back down, which is fine. If we get another buy signal, so if we get a buy signal that comes up, then we'll just look for price to push up. And then there's a liquidity target up here too. So this is even better. Preferably, I'd rather take the buy because there's no sessions in that area. Yeah, exactly. Brooks, it's still valid until we get an opposite momentum signal, which we don't have yet, but we'll see. There is a double body rejection right here. So this might be time for price to make its way back down. I'm looking at the time and sales right now. Time and sales is currently showing buyers in control. So I don't think this V1 variations or this V1 pattern to the downside is going to be a good one. Yeah, like what Sam said. I use Tradeovate, Lamar, so I would only use Rhythmic if you plan on using Rhythmic. Tradeovate has more options, so just kind of depends on like what you're planning on using it for. If you're already using a Rhythmic platform, like you're using Sierra or you're using anything that uses Rhythmic, then great. But yeah, there's like the differences between the two are a little big. For me, I started with NinjaTrader, so I can only use Tradeovate. Um, and they have the pros and cons. So there's no one that's better than the other. It's just I use Tradeovate, so make sure that you're choosing the right platform. And if you want to trade on TradingView, you'd have to use the trade one. Like if you want to log into here, like how I have it, and you can see my orders on the screen, and I can edit them on TradingView, you would need the trade option. So just keep that in mind, and make sure that you understand the rules too, like what Sam mentioned. All right, we got the buy signal right here, Brock. Yeah, the criteria is reset, just like Brock said. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you want to use it for, Lamar. If you want to trade on TradingView, then you would need the trade option. Because with the trade option, you can log into like all the different platforms. You can log into TradingView, you can log into TradeObate, you can log into NinjaTrader. With Rhythmic, you can only log into like Rhythmic platforms. So you can't log into TradingView or TradeObate. You'll be using either Rhythmic by itself, or you'll be using the other big one is Sierra. That's what a lot of people, or Quantower. People like those because it comes with the copier, but for me, I think TradeObate and NinjaTrader have more options available. All right, Brock, so we have this retracement candle right here, possibly. So I think we're going to scrap that, we're scrapping that 5-minute rule, right? I mean, it's up to you if you want to scrap it or not, but yeah, so the retrace might happen right there. I'm looking at the time and sales. I'll probably get into this one with you, Brock, if it closes properly. So it looks good because it's going to be in the direction of liquidity up there, liquidity target. And then looking at this right here, looks like the buyers are back in control also. So it's also a bigger plus. All right, Brock, can you get into this one? It closes above. I'm looking at the time and sales. It looks like the buyers are still in control, so that's a good sign. Yeah, if this closes above the momentum signal, are you going to take it, Brock? Because I think this does meet your criteria. Okay, perfect. So I will see, we got 20 seconds left on here. Time and sell is still showing that the buyers are still in control. About 15 seconds left on this here. This thing might be a little too close, Brock. I don't know if I'll be able to. Yeah, it's like right at the line. Nope, so no entry there. So I think for this here, I'm now going to reset it again, right? All right, well, I'm going to reset it. I don't know if you're going to. Yeah, no entry. Gotcha. So like after this happens right here, Brock, you basically look for price to kind of push back up and then do the same thing, right? But like actually close valid. All right, we have a mixed market. I mean, price has pretty much been consolidating right here for some time now. If we look back at this consolidation zone that I drew up earlier, price is still within this consolidation zone. Price kind of pushed up a little bit, pulled back down, pushed back up, pulled back down. Consolidation right here down the middle. And market today isn't what I was expecting. I was expecting some volatility, some type of, I mean, I was expecting a little bit of something, but yeah, a lot of bit of nothing. So I'm still marking up the direction of price, guys. So like right here, you can see the green bar. This indicates that buyers were in control. Red bar right here, sellers were trying to get in control. Swung back up right here. Buyers are back in control. But even though the buyers are in control here, it looks like, there's just no direction. There's no direction and the volatility is actually really low. The sell signal came up right here, so now reset again, like Barack mentioned. Now it is back to where it was for. So we got a liquidity target right here. So I'm gonna try to mark these up so that you guys can kind of have it, like you could have a pretty good idea of like where the liquidity is sitting. Um, there's another liquidity target right there. Yeah, Sam says he's looking for buys to take out the top liquidity. So right here, this is an engulfing pattern. This could probably be opportunity for entry to the buy side. So maybe I could get into here for a little bit.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So I'm gonna see over here if I can maybe get into this.
Order
You
submitted.
see some buy orders coming in. The stop is gonna be kind of tight right here. This low. I got in at like bad entry right here because I just kind of like got in at market. But I'm gonna follow this right here. And I'm going to see this pushes up higher. The time and sales show that the buyers are in control, so I just want to kind of be in the position here and just watch it as it pushes up. The only problem here is that we don't have much of a direction. So I'm going to keep watching the price action here. Let it kind of push up a little bit. The target's going to be right here at 487. That right there. So you can see my position is running in profit. If I do need to move the stop loss in profit, I will move it. Target's gonna be that liquidity point right there. So I saw this engulfing candle right here, and I was like, okay, this looks good. I just need to make sure there's no, like if I get 3 consolidating candles here, then I'm probably just gonna close out for a small profit or for a small, just like a small exit there. But the stop is right over here. Low of this engulfing candle. Looking for price to push up. Looking at the time and sales right now. Time and sales are showing that the sellers are trying to push price down. And this is just discretionary trading, guys. So like for this here, I saw the engulfing pattern. So the engulfing pattern kind of indicated that, okay, maybe I should probably see price push up here. The only thing is that we don't have very much, volatility and direction in the market. But I do think price will push up. The target area that I'm looking for is going to be liquidity up here. So I'm looking at the time and sales. There's just not very many orders coming in right now. Staying a little flat. If it stays too flat, I'm probably just going to close out for like a small loss here versus like holding on to it the whole time. See if this here pushes back higher. There's really no orders coming in right now. So price is just in limbo, going back and forth. Got some buy orders flowing in. The thing is, well, we still have about like 30 minutes till Trump speaks at 8. I was thinking maybe we're getting too close, but we're not. Not quite. Saw some big buy orders come in right now, about like 10 buy orders fill in. Couple more buys following it. Got a couple more buy orders. The buys are starting to stack right now. Slightly. Again, I'm still aiming for this target up here. Expecting price to reach this liquidity target at some point. Price pushes up a little bit. My trail, my stop, as price kind of pushes up a little more. The time and sales is showing a lot of buy orders coming in, so it's looking good. Looking good for the most part. And the vault, it really is like snail movement right now. So I got a string of buy orders that are currently in, and I'm gonna see if this here could push up a little higher so I can move my stop loss and profit. Let's see the buyers in control right now. There's like little sell orders that are coming in, but the bigger orders are from the buy side. Last order came in at 718. 717, there we go. All right, buyers are still in control. Move my stop loss and profit. All right, I'm guaranteed profit right here. I'm just gonna hold it. The buyers are still in control, so see if it pushes up to liquidity. In profit about 800. You guys can see my live P&L right here. Gonna let it be. Stop loss is in profit already. You can see my stop is right here. And I'm just gonna let it run. Come on, just give me a little more of a push. About 1,000 in profit. Buyers are still in control. These little sellers are like trying to push price down, and I see like a bunch of these. Oh, these little like small orders. All right, whatever.
Order canceled.
It is what it is. All right, so I got it right there for a small profit. Locked in about. I got hit with some slippage, but it is what it is. So I had my stop loss and profit right there, and then unfortunately I just got stopped out. So I locked in right there. Let's see, I got out at not too bad. About like 15 points in profit. Hey Brock, this might be your next entry right here, actually. This candle closes. Yeah, that would have been a nice free entry right there, Brock. It closes green, so we got 15 seconds to reach the liquidity target. No, it's not going to. I would have re-entered with you too if it would have closed up there. This volatility sucks. The volatility is too slow. I'm looking at the time and sales. I mean, the buyers are in control. It's just you got these little sellers trying to like push price back and forth, which I think is super annoying. I mean, it's good. You can see prices coming back down. It's probably a good thing that I pulled out there for a small profit. So I entered right here, guys. Actually right here. And then I exited right there. So like decent profit for exit, huh? I know, right? It looked good. If this candle would have closed green, Brock, this would have been a nice continuation to reach the target. It didn't reach the target yet, so And we'll give it another shot once time comes, but all right. Looks like I'm gonna sit around for a little bit and wait. Sellers are back in, well, they're not in control, but they're trying to get in control here. Trying to get a little choppy. Trying to see. Okay, so we have another liquidity target up here. So this is gonna, well, it's not gonna be an issue, but it's gonna be a little tricky right here because of the sessions down below. So now here we go. Yeah, Brock said another reset, sells in, cat and mouse day. Yeah, there's no direction in market. So if you like kind of zoom out a little bit, you guys can see that price has been consolidating within this area for a pretty long time now, which is okay. I mean, this is just how the market is. Of course, I'm using like all the tools to my advantage that I can to make something work here, but it's all good. I lowered my contract size, guys. So I took like basically half the contract size here. Let me post my profits real quick in the Discord. So I have my contract size so that I can have enough space to take 2 trades. So like I'll have 2 opportunities. I'm not just like one and done for the day. I think this works out better for me. It's less stressful because I'm not risking as much. And then I can take 2 trades. If I lose a trade, I can just take another one. So here are my profits so far. Not horrible, but also not what I'm used to locking in. Oops, I didn't post it in the wrong place. Okay, post it over here. So here are my profits so far. That was from that one trade. I locked in 60 on my main account. Obviously there was like horrible slippage on that. I got in like kind of late. And then also right here, here's my Apex accounts, just a couple $100. So nothing too crazy there, but that's because I have my contract size. This would typically be like 600. This would be like 100 something. This would be like, closer to 200. But the thing is, because I have my contract size, I'm only locking in, X amount. So all the positions running down. I just missed it, Brock. Just missed it. I'll follow through with you. Let me look at the time and sales. Looks good. The sellers are in control. Or slightly in control at least. Here, let's see. I'll put a sell limit order right here. And if it comes back down, I'll re-enter this with you.
Order submitted.
All right, so I got a pending order waiting right there for a sell. Bills, I want to get back in this with Brock. So we had a sell signal, retracement, pull back down right here below the level. Not in the position yet, but I do have my pending sell limit right there. So if price does come down, it will fill my order and I will ride this back down with Brock. But I'm not in the position yet. The problem with this here is that we don't have much direction, right? I see a lot of buy orders coming in on the time and sales ticket. See if the sellers come back in. So the thing with the strategy right here, Brock, that like you're applying, it doesn't work good in this sideways market, right? We need price to actually be moving. It doesn't have to be moving far, but it needs to be moving, in some sort of direction. So I will yeah, that's another pattern right there. That was a bad pattern for you, right? For your entry, Brock, because there's a V1 right there that came up. So there's like a lot of conflicting entries here because the price action here is not really, it's not very consistent. Here, I'm gonna cancel my order actually.
Order canceled.
I'm gonna watch it and I'll follow it with you, Brock, but I'm not gonna enter it because there's just there's just too many things that are going in like different directions. So I mean, I'm hoping it plays out for you. So here it is. It would have filled my order. I'm hoping it just blasts right through to your TP. There's just too many things here. So I'm glad that Sam mentioned that because it just goes against my risk appetite. Because I don't like when there's trades going against me. Like I don't want a fading trade. Like I trade to fade my position. So let's see, Brock. Let's see. Let's let this come down and hit your TP real quick. I'm looking at the time and sales. It's pretty mixed right now. There's buyers and sellers in the market. Overall, there's bigger sell orders. So we'll see if this here holds. But if it doesn't, then I'll let you know if the time and sales change at all. There's about 4 orders of buys that just came in right now. Not a crazy amount, but they're trying to push price back up. Yeah, Brock said, yeah, ATR needs to be solid too. Yeah, I think the ATR right now is just way too low, right? Like we talked about this yesterday. We want it to be in a sweet spot. So we want the ATR to be around like 20 to like 30 around there. 20 to 30 is like pretty good sweet spot. Anything above 35 might be a little too much. Anything below 20 might be a little too low. So Sam's out of his position. And there's too many back and forth, right, Sam? Like I can't like it's hard to tell which direction price would be going in. Because the thing is, like the criteria here is indicating that the sellers are currently in control. So let me put this bar right here. The sellers are in control right now, though, guys. So just keep that in mind. The sellers are currently in control. You can see from this point right here, we had price push up. We had some exhaustion right here. Price kind of slowed down, consolidated, and then now it started to come down right here. So the sellers are in control at this very moment. But you can see with price going sideways right here, it's going through exhaustion again. So the sellers had some like short period of power right here, and then now price is going sideways. So at this point, when price goes sideways, this can really push down or it can push up. And, we don't like trading in a consolidating market like this. My hope is that price does push down because I do want Brock's TP to get hit. And then from there, I'll be looking for, possible opportunity to the other side. The thing with the V1 variation patterns is that it's really tricky because you're trying to catch the bottom, right, Sam? And you've been doing that pretty well lately. Like you've been catching the bottom almost every time or the top. I think my analysis here works perfect with what you're looking for because we had the sellers in control, and then you see the V1 there. You're like, okay, price has to come back up to hit the target. So it does work well with your analysis. Here we go, Brock. Let's get to your TP. There you go, full TP, Brock. Nice work. So full TP right there for Brock's entry. We don't have a name for this yet, but a solid entry right there. Brock just put this strategy together yesterday. He literally signed up yesterday at like 12 noon, and he's like, hey, Sean, I got the indicators. Can I have access? So he had the access to the indicators, and then like 2 hours later, he's like, Sean, I've been like seeing this. Can you check it out for me? Me and Barack were up until like midnight, like until like 1 a.m. almost testing this strategy out. And it works pretty well. I mean, I got to give it to Barack. Like Barack, I don't know how he came up with this so fast. He already had the idea in mind, and then he just used my indicators to put that idea together, and it works out perfect. So like we were talking about, Barack, I think your 30 stop loss is good, but we could maybe tighten it to 20. I think 20 might be a little tight, but for the most part, usually when it hits, it hits. So yeah, again, if you guys want access to these indicators and these tools, like Brock had these indicators for like a couple hours and he already saw patterns on the chart. Just go to the website, kodikaitrades.com, click here to unlock your 7-day free access, and then you can play around with it and see if you see anything that interests you. So I'm thankful that Brock shared the strategy with me because it's a hitter. So I'm gonna be looking for the next one, Brock. I'll be looking for that next one with you. I'm like, man, I should have just left my order there because I was gonna enter it with you, but the V1 over here kind of threw me off. It's all good. So if you guys look over here at the charts, we had a couple entries here come up so far. This one right here was Brock's entry. This was the first one. Right here was the one that I took. I was trying to reach the liquidity up here, but then the volatility kind of died down a little bit. So I got out with stop loss and profit. And then right here, we had another entry for Brock. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. We don't really care about that right now. We got price kind of stuck here at the sessions. And we'll see We'll see what's next. So liquidity got moved down a little lower here. We have a new target down below. So if we get a buy signal here, we actually look for another one of Barack's entry and try to ride this back up to the liquidity target. Ideally, I would want to trade within this middle area right here. I don't really want to trade down here because if we go any lower, we'll be stuck right here at the sessions, right? It's not a good area to be looking at. I mean, if we get below here, then okay, I'll probably look for some entries down here. But this area is not super good. It's too many sessions around there. All right, so like looking at this here now, guys, see how we have the sellers in control? I'm looking for some consolidation. So if I see some consolidation right here and price starts to go sideways again, if I see something like that, then I'm going to look for a reversal for the buyers to get back into control. It might happen right here, like this might be the key. Or actually, there's a V1 pattern right here, Sam. I don't know if you looked at it. There's a V1 pattern right here. Stop loss would be right there. Target would be up here. I mean, it's almost like a 4-hour trade right there. It's a tricky one though. It's a tricky one. I mean, your risk reward is going to be pretty solid, but it is very tricky because of where price is currently sitting. Double body rejection right there. If we can get confirmation that the buyers are in control from this area, then this can be good. I'll probably be looking for an engulfing candle. This is actually a really good pattern because it's a V1 variation plus it's engulfing. Yeah, I'm just trying to get into it right here, maybe. Let's see, I'll put a buy limit right here. Let's see if I can maybe get in.
Order submitted.
Why does it say twice? I'm seeing it twice on mine. I'm trying to buy limit right there. I want to get in at like the exact price. And I'll kind of just follow it through. Where's the stop loss at? It's not bad. 18-point stop loss. All right, moving my stop
Order
loss
submitted.
right there
Order filled.
to the wait. Where's the TP at? TP is at 44, 44, 487. All right, so I'm gonna follow it right here. I'm looking at the time of sales. The buyers are in control, so let's make sure there's buyers there. I'm gonna kind of follow this through right here, see if I can maybe move my stop loss and profit. I just want to push up a little more, and then I'll probably move my stop loss and profit around the 10-point mark. So let me kind of see where the 10 points are at. I'm gonna draw some lines here so I know. Points. Points. Again, the volatility here is just really, really low. So just need to actively watch. You got Trump speaking about like 30 minutes or so. Like 25 minutes. Lamar's asking Sean, what is the benefit of selecting professional data? Don't select professional data. Keep yours at just regular retail. Because if you select professional, you're going to be considered a professional trader and they're going to charge you a crazy amount of fees. So don't choose professional unless like you absolutely have to. Which you usually don't. Unless they kind of make you or they force you or something like that. All right, buyers are still in control right here. Looking at the time and sales, price is pushing up. When it gets to that 10-point mark, probably gonna move my stop loss and profit a little bit. past the 10 mark there. I'm gonna let this candle close and I'll probably move my stop loss and profit a little bit. This candle has about 6 seconds. Move my stop loss and profit right there. All right, so my stop loss is in profit. I'm now gonna just let this. Fuck
Order
me.
fell. Order canceled.
It's okay. It's all good. All right, so damn it, a little close, a little close. I should have put it a little lower, but it's okay. I got in. I locked in a pretty good amount of profit. I'm up like. Why is my profit so much higher on the other accounts? Oh, what? Okay. I just realized that the hell? My contract sizes are all screwed up on my Apex. I don't know why, like, okay, you'll see with my profits shortly. But I was like wondering why my profits were so big on like just two accounts. Or not so big, but like bigger than usual. Okay, so here are my profits so far. I got out right here at, let's see. I mean, I'm still expecting price to push up. I got out at like 12 points. Unfortunately, stop loss got triggered a little too. I put my stop loss like kind of too close, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. But the target's still going to be up here at the liquidity. Clean this up a little bit. Man, this has been good entries, so we're going to keep holding on to. It's okay. The market here just kind of sucks, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. Like if I didn't move my stop loss and profit on this one, I would have taken a loss. But yeah, the V1 pattern right here, this actually looked pretty good. We're starting to get some volatility now as we speak. Let me check the orders real quick. I kind of want to see who's in control right now. There's a lot of buyers in the market, so I think this is going to keep pushing up. If I see another oh fuck, I could have got him in right here again. I think this is too big though. So there's another engulfing candle right here. I could have got in for re-entry, but I think I mean, it's not horrible. Stop loss would have been right there at the 20 points. I think the RR here is, I mean, it still would be higher than a 1-1, but I think this is kind of risky. I'll see. So I'll just watch it as it kind of comes down. If it swings back up, I'll put a pending order just hanging out right here. So if it does push up, I can, obviously get back into it. This is actually an entry for you too, right, bro? Yeah, I think this also falls in line with your entry, Brock. So let's see. I'll put a pending order right here at 454. Here, I'll put a
Order submitted.
all right, so I got a buy limit right there, Brock. This actually lines up with your strategy. Yeah, the candle here looks big, but it's not that big. It's like it's only 17 points. It looks big in comparison to all the previous candles. So I have my pending buy limit right there. If price pushes up, it'll fill my order, and then I'll just ride this up with Brock. Because the thing is, I'm still expecting the target up here to get hit. However, if this thing comes down and hits stop and it passes this area, then I'm going to cancel my order. Looking at the time and sales, buyers are still in control, so this will be good. I'll see if it fills, and then I'll just kind of ride this up a little bit. My stop loss is going to be gotta be a little lower.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, so stop loss right here, 424. That's fine. Let me see. Target is at 480. $87. Where's the 20 target at? Yeah, so the volatility is just really, really flat right now. So I'll follow it and we'll see where this, opportunity may arise. But let me take a look at the time sales. There's a couple of sellers that are trying to push price down right now, but see if the buyers come back in. I mean, we're still aiming for the target up here. Like this target still has not been hit yet. You got Trump speaking in about 15 minutes. So I'm probably gonna protect my position, move my stop loss and profit once I get up a little bit. I don't know if I really want to be holding any positions once Trump starts speaking. Yeah, it's climbing up. Volatility starting to pick up a little bit. This candle has 40 seconds left on it. Let's get to that liquidity target. Candle has 30 seconds left on it. Move my stop loss and profit right here. All right, stop losses and profit right there. Just want to protect it because we do have Trump speaking shortly. Try to go for that full move. Full TP right there, Brock, for your 20 points. Nice work. I'm going to drag it up higher so we can lock in that too. There you go. I guarantee 20. Ah, fuck me.
Order fell. Order canceled.
Fuck me. Okay, let me close out of this.
Order failed.
All right. It's all good. That was actually a really good trade, Brock. So right here, I was trying to aim for the liquidity target, and then I moved my stop loss and profit a little too close. And then I got triggered out. But nice TP right there, Brock. You see, Brock's strategy is crazy, you guys. Like, I was kind of dumbfounded when at first when Brock sent me the strategy, like, people send me strategies all the time. Oh, look at this. I I basically, yeah, that's okay. It's only 13. It looks like a lot. Oh, fuck. It's okay. So the target here did play like what we expected. But yeah, it's perfect. See, you guys can see my liquidity target right there. I was aiming from this like way down here. So Sam, if you held on to this, I mean that V1 variation pattern right there was like nice. And then also this entry right here, this was a engulfing candle. Also, it was Brock's entry. So yeah, it was solid. But that is yeah. Sam said he said Brock is on Zoom with Sean, not on YouTube. He got promoted. Yeah. So I mean, today was a really good day, guys. Like, so I'm glad that I have the time and sales on my chart now because I can see where these orders are coming in. I feel more confident holding these positions a little longer because I know where the orders are at. Like, if I see a bunch of buy orders, I'm like, all right, well, might as well hold on to these positions. Uh, Today was actually a really good day, guys. We're closing out this week. We're on 9. Tomorrow's Friday, but I think I'm going to be done trading right now because Trump's going to speak soon. But you guys can see the order here this was a beautiful order. Like all these orders were amazing. I think, yeah. So right here, I entered for or my first entry is right here. Entered for the buy, got it right here for the sell or buy. It exited right there for the full TP. Entered right here, got out right there. Re-entered right here, got out somewhere over here. So yeah, we got Trump speaking in about 10 minutes or so. Nice, nice. So over here, Christian as well. He got into that V1 variation. Nice work, Christian. There's a lot of entries that came up right here, guys. I mean, like, so this is Brock's entry. This is also Brock's entry, and this is Brock's entry. It's also an engulfing. There's just so I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of like what came up, but the thing is, there's a lot of different confluences that lined up with. Um, so it's not just one strategy. It's kind of like different strategies lined up with the ones that we took a look at. I think the biggest thing here, like the biggest game changer, is that I'm marking up the direction of price. So, like for example, I have like the buy direction here, so it's easy to look for buys at this point. And then, for example, I mark up the sells right here, and you can only look for sells, look for buys, sells, and then these buys here have been holding up for a while. So, and I've been marking up the liquidity targets now too. I usually just draw a line here, but I put liquidity targets so that you guys have a better idea of where to hold on to price for, or like where to reach target. Because like Brock's TP was right here at 20 points, but I held on a little bit longer. So Brock hit 20 points, and I went for basically 33 points right there. So I was looking for the liquidity target. Yeah, Brock, do you mind if I share your strategy? Oh, there's no specific criteria, guys, but I'll kind of like give you guys an idea of like what we're looking for. Because me and Brock like literally came up with this yesterday. He only had the indicators for like an hour or like a couple hours, and he put it together. And then I looked over it and I was like, okay, we can probably make this a little better. So I worked with him, and then we improved the requirements a little bit. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Brock said that we can share it. So thank you, Brock. We appreciate you for setting this up because this strategy is actually really good. It works good in a low volatility market. So when the market is volatility is below 35 or ATR is below 35, it actually works really good. I tested this over the past couple of days. It worked really good. And then when the volatility was like super, super high, like in the beginning of the year, it didn't really work that well because you get chopped out, right? If your stop loss is 30 points and the candles are moving like 70 points, it's easy to get chopped out of the position. So here, I'll just give you guys a quick rundown of like what we're looking for here. And it's fine. We're kind of done with the entries. Let me just take a screenshot of my screen real quick, and then I will so that we can see where my orders were and stuff. And then I'll post my profits. And if you guys have profits to post, feel free. I kind of want to increase my risk now because I mean this works really, really well. I actually like it. Well, I like the micro scalps, but the micro scalps, it's just not the day for micro scalps, of course. So here are the entries from today. And then here are our profits. I need to figure out why because my account size, or you guys will see my profits are like all over the place. I gotta figure out how to I gotta put the proper contract sizing. I think I screwed up yesterday when I was changing the contract sizing, and I left it on kind of random numbers. Close this, close this. I'll keep looking for entries, but Trump's going to speak soon. It's almost about to be 8 o'clock. But here are my profits so far. So I locked in a lot of profit today. I locked in a pretty good amount of profit. So I locked in 460 on my personal account. Locked in 2,500 on my first account here, 2,500 on this one, 1,000. So like 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. I'll say like 20, like around like 23,000 for the day. I took a decent amount of trades, but we took them for some pretty nice pushes. So the profit over here was pretty solid. And yeah, those are my entries. So let's just go over the criteria real quick. So the strategy, and I don't know what we're going to call this, Brock. Do you have a specific name for it? I don't know if you have a name. We can come up with a name later, but if you have a specific name, let's call it Brock strategy for now. And once we come up with a specific name for it, I mean, this is very similar to a momentum pullback scalp and NPS entry, but instead of using whole numbers, you're just kind of using price action. So I mean, this could be like an NPS V2 or something like that, but we'll come up with the name, like at a later time. Yeah, exactly. Daniel said, a nice job on the strat, bro. It's a better version of the MPS. You don't have much risk of it reversing since you wait for it to come back down. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to wait for it at all. You just kind of wait for the confirmation candle after the retracement, and then you just get in right away. So like looking at this right here, uh, what we're looking for is first we're looking for a buy signal. Or actually, no, okay, let's I think I have the requirements here, Brock. Didn't I post them somewhere? Let me look at me and Barack's chat real quick. I know we changed a couple of things here, so these aren't going to be they're not going to be the official requirements. Here, I'll just copy this. And these requirements aren't set in stone, guys. Like me and Barack are still working on this, and obviously I'm gonna make some changes to it. But here are the criteria. And I think well, I'm sure a lot of you guys like the way that I'm kind of analyzing the markets now. I analyze the markets more on discretionary. I don't really like have these like set requirements. Because like, for example, with Brock's last entry, I saw, I saw two entries there. I saw a engulfing candle on this one. I initially saw the engulfing candle and then Brock was like, I'm in the position. So I was like, oh crap, okay, it's like there's like a double confirmation there. So I initially saw the engulfing candle and then it was retraced back. So I put my buy limit there and then I roll that up with Brock. So here are the requirements. First, you want to wait for market to stabilize after the market open. So I put start after 6:45, but it's not a hard requirement. Like for example, over here the market starts to slow down already around like 6:38. So market open right here at 6:30, pushed up, slowed down right here, and you just want to make sure there's no extreme candles nearby. You want to confirm the momentum signal. Right here we have a buy signal. Confirm direction of momentum, so price pushed up right here. Confirm the retracement candle, so it's just one red candle. It doesn't have to be a lot, just like one red candle of price retracing. And then confirm confirmation candle closes past momentum. So like right here, we had a buy signal, price pushed up, retraced, and then we had a second candle that closed right here. It doesn't have to be green, it just has to be a confirmation candle. As soon as that closed, this would have been the entry right there. And then the TP stop loss is set to 2030. You can probably tighten it to 2020, but I think 2030 is fine. And then you have the option of a 10-point trailing stop. So this is like the quick criteria of like what we're looking for here. Let me see if there's another one. And then there's another one right here for a sell. So same thing again. This is probably a better example because you can see it happen right away versus, waiting for the market to stabilize. Once the market has stabilized already, you can kind of just disregard this requirement. So first confirm momentum signal. There's a sell signal right here. Confirm a push in the direction of momentum. So price push down right here. Confirm retracement. The retracement actually happened like on the very next candle. So retracement right here. And then confirmation candle closes past the momentum body. So the body was right here. This red candle closed below it. And that's where Brock took his entry. So it's a very simple strategy. It's similar to MPS, except you're not looking for price to retrace back to like a whole number. You're just entering like when you see the price action. So again, sell signal, retracement, this candle pushed back below the momentum signal. So it had a confirmation and then price pushed down. You can see here that price retraced back a little bit. If you test this strategy on different days, there's actually no retracement. Like for the past 2-3 days, I didn't see much retracement at all. Today, market was super choppy, so there was a lot of retracement, but typically I didn't see any retracement on our previous examples. And then again, right here, the last one. So here's the last one that we took, not this one right here. This was a V1 variation pattern for continuation to the upside. This one over here was the Brock's entry. So for this one, we had, again, a buy signal right here. We had price push up. And then right here was a retracement, this red candle. And then this green one right here pushed up past the momentum. This here there was like a couple different criteria. I saw it as an engulfing candle. So like this was already a buy entry for me or buy setup. And then I saw that it also lined up with Brock's entry. So he entered right there. He only went for 20 points right here because that's what this strategy calls for. But if you're going to aim for like liquidity targets, this is where I was aiming for 33 points. So in a sense, like these strategies, a lot of times they'll like reach like higher points. Right now, this is just 33 points. A lot of times it'll reach like 50, 60, 70, 80, etc. points. And we want to make sure to keep our stop loss pretty tight. For Brock's strategy has a set stop loss at 30 points. For me, I would have put my stop loss right here at the low of that engulfing, so like 20 points. But again, everyone's kind of different. It just depends on your criteria if you want to have a tight stop or a wide stop. I think today's market was very tricky, but thankfully it still worked out in our favor, like pretty well. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, yeah, Brock said I liked it because it rallies with order flow momentum. Yeah, exactly, especially the momentum indicator. And then now that I have time and sales, I paid for the time and sales data. I can see like where these buy and sell orders are coming in. So like if I see buy orders coming in, I'm like, all right, this is cool because it lines up with our analysis. So I know a lot of people like to trade order flow. I don't like order flow that much. Like I have the order flow chart over here. For me personally, I just don't like it because I feel like order flow it's like late, right? Like you don't see the orders come in, like you can see it, but it's not like as accurate as time and sales. Like for example, here, let me show you guys my time and sales right now. Like I think order flow is accurate if you're trying to look at like patterns or historical data, but we're momentum trading. So for us here, like I want to see what's happening like right now. I want to know what orders are coming in. You can't really see that with order flow. You need to have level 2 data. So it's a little different. Order flow and level 2 are slightly different because level 2 will give you the orders that are actually coming in versus order flow, which kind of shows you a footprint chart. And let me show you guys again what I'm looking at. So let me close this one. I'll show you what the current one looks like. Okay, so you guys can see right here, I can see when all these orders are coming in. So when a green line comes up right here, I see there's 2 contracts in there, 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 2 contracts, 5. So I like this because I'm like, all right, if there's a lot of green lines here and they're like a lot of big orders, like for example, this down here, I'm like, all right, there's a cluster of buys right now, so price is probably going to push up higher. Or I see a cluster of sells, and I'm like, all right, volatility is probably dying down right here. It's probably going to consolidate before coming back down. So I use this right here to identify. You can see over here, the order flow is good, but it's not like I don't see like all the orders come in, right? I see that the numbers change, like how many orders came in at certain areas, but I like seeing it happen live like this right here. And it has a time of like when they came in too. It's why I like time and sales better than level 2 or depth of market because I can see when the orders actually came in at like what time. So, I mean, there's different ways to do it, guys. There's no one way to trade. Obviously, everyone kind of trades a little different. I can use things to my advantage one way while others use them, a different way. Barack said, I thought around. It is, if we got a momentum, there was a pump on that candle, we'll come back and collect more orders. So we ride the recollection. Yeah. And I agree with you 200%. Brock, I agree. Daniel said, if these start hitting consistently, I'm going to bet there's going to be 100 people in the Zoom meeting. Yeah, I know, right? I think because now I have more of a full, because before we would just use the candlesticks, right? We would just use the candlesticks and we would use like the strategies we've been using. The thing is, I'm still okay with using the strategies that we have planned, but the problem with this here is that we just don't have the entries, right? Like if you look over here, there was no inside bars that came up. I mean, technically there was one right here. So I don't know if you caught this one, Christian, but there was one right here. I mean, I probably wouldn't have even taken it because the trend was starting to shift a little bit and it was at the sessions. But yeah, the thing is, I'm still looking for our original entries. I'm just adding other stuff to it because the market, you have to adapt with the market. And unfortunately, the V1 variations aren't coming up. And the momentum reversals aren't coming up as often either. Yeah, Barack said this one right here. Yeah, this one was perfect. That was the one that we took, right? Yeah, we looked at. I think played out pretty nice. So the thing is, we have sort of different strategies to use during different market conditions. Like if the market volatility is low or like medium, we can use Barack's strategy and we can use these other ones that we've been looking at. And then if the volatility is really high, then we can use micro scalps. I think those are probably the best ways to do it. But yeah, the criteria is pretty good. So let me check the chat real quick. If you guys have any more questions or you want me to cover anything else, like feel free to let me know. Again, like for this specific strategy here, guys, I mean, this is a work in progress. Whatever Barack wants to make changes to, or if I see anything that needs to make changes to, if you guys have any ideas, like if you guys have an idea for a new strategy or you've been applying something or you want something, like you want help to make something better, always feel free to let me know, guys, because I'm always down to make more money, right? I'm not going to say no to a strategy if you find something that works well and I can help you improve on it. So if you find something like Barack did today, thankfully Barack was able to share this with other people because other people wouldn't want to share this with everybody. But Barack's been a member here for a while and he knows that it's good. It's just good karma. He shares this with you guys. He makes profit. You guys make profit. I make profit. We're all happy. And then it just comes back to Barack and good karma. So let's see, Barack's it. And I feel LQ is a great confluence for this. Happens twice. If the entry is on the direction of LQ, we can probably hold it. Maybe we can review. Yeah, definitely, Barack. We can review that. And then also having the time in sales, that's going to be very beneficial for us too, because I can kind of see where where the orders are coming in from. I think all of this in combination, using your strategy, using my analysis, using the time in sales, using the level 2 data, it's going to help us a lot because we're going to be able to identify where certain things lie on the chart. So yeah, all right, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, it is 8 o'clock. The Trump effect is now in full effect. I don't know if there's a live stream of Trump. I don't even know what Trump's talking about today, but let me go on YouTube real quick, see if I can pull it up. All right. Let's see. I don't know if this is legit, but like I can't even tell if it's live. I hate when they do this where it's like where they have like it says live, but it's not really live. Like this. This is obviously not live. Davos. I'm assuming this is where he's speaking right now. World Economic Forum. Yeah.
What great honor and pleasure to welcome you back to the Davos community. Just 4 days into your new mandate, we highly appreciate your presence with us today.
Yeah, so it's not really a speech. He's just kind of speaking at the World Economic Forum.
As you take on your critical work ahead. This day,
I don't even think this is live right now.
here's our discussions this week. So discussions.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch it, I'll post the link over here in the Zoom and the Discord, or you can just YouTube it. But I'm not gonna trade during this time. There's just no need for it. But yeah, guys, we did pretty good today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I only took a couple of trades, or I took a pretty decent amount of trades. Let's take a look real quick. So before I close out, I took one trade. I didn't take this one actually. I took this one right here. I was trying to reach the liquidity target, move my stop loss and profit. Got out right there for like a few points. That was like this was a impulse entry. It was kind of a dumb entry, so I got out for like a little bit. This one over here as well. I took this for the V1 variation. It pushed up. I was trying to reach the liquidity target here, but then I got stopped out in profit a little too early. And then I re-entered right here off this engulfing candle, also Barak strategy. And I got out pretty close to the full TP for 33 points. So those are the profits that I locked in right there. And in total, I locked in about, I guess I could just add up my profits real quick before we get off here. So I don't have to do it later. It's gonna be a headache if I have to do it later. So let's say I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 115 times 15 plus 460 on my personal plus 2535 plus 2535 plus 805 plus 805 plus 805 plus 165. I actually locked in a lot. I didn't think I locked in this much, but I locked in 26,155. And I locked in more for the week, but I'm not gonna go do the math on that. It's a little too much for me. So I locked in about 26,155 for today, with these few trades that I took. And the thing with this is I took half risk, guys. You guys, this is crazy. Well, I mean, it's not crazy, but I took half risk on these trades. So like I made a pretty good amount of profit with half what I normally risk. I usually risk about 1,500 per trade. For this one over here, I risked half of that. So I risked about maybe like 600. So the RR here was pretty good across the board. And then I didn't pay as much in fees because I wasn't taking like 20 micro scalps today. So I made a lot of profit on the back end today. So it was a pretty good day. 26,000 for the day, about 30,000 for the week. And then team profits over here. We have Chris over here, Christian locked in 330. Nice work, Christian. And then Barack over here locked in 29,000 or 22,986. Great work, Barack. Yeah, Barack said his 5xers and FTMO accounts are smiling. I mean, if you keep doing this every day, Barack, I think you're gonna kill it. I think you're definitely gonna kill it as we continue on with this. So yeah, guys, everything was done here live. If you guys want to ask me any questions, feel free to reach out on Discord. I'm pretty excited to trade tomorrow, guys, because I think this analysis here is going to help us a lot. I'm going to mark up the directions. I'm going to mark up liquidity targets, and then I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to be trade discretionary. If I see any of the set strategies, we'll take those. But if I need to be discretionary for the day, I'll be discretionary. Because today played out pretty nice. So, all right, guys. Yeah, Christian said, I don't trust that Schwab. He said you have nothing and you'll be having. Yeah, no, I agree with you too, Christian. All right, guys, so I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow as we run.